Yo, what's going on, guys? So today in this video, I'm going to be talking about some interesting information that came out today earlier. Um, and so yeah, it's basically about uh, not about Terrifier 3, but about Terrifier 4 and 5. And that's why I said it's some interesting information because obviously those movies haven't been made yet. So we're going to be talking about that though. But before we get into it, those of you who are new, please like, subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. And we're just going to dive right into this. So, from discussing film, it says here that Damien Leone wants to make maybe two more Terrifier films, but they won't be over 2 hours anymore. He says that the majority of fans would rather have a 90-minute movie. That's what Damien Leone said. And then it says here, find out more. I took a screenshot of the whole article, so I'm going to read it out with you guys. But I just want to break down that first, what Damien Leone said about basically him wanting to make a Terrifier 4 and 5. So obviously, Terrifier 4 was already confirmed, and I already made a video on that. But Terrifier 5, like that wasn't even in the picture for me because, like, you know, none of us had heard about it, so it's like none of us knew about it. That wasn't confirmed. That wasn't ever a thing that was talked about. Um, but Damon Leone said that he wants to make two more Terrifier films, so he's not going to just do a Terrifier 4. He's going to do a Terrifier 5 as well, and he's going to make them 90-minute movies, which means they're going to be 1 hour and 30 minutes long. They're not going to be 2 hours long. They're not going to be 2 hours and 30 minutes long. They're just going to be an hour and 30 minutes long, which I think that's how long the first Terrifier movie was. That um, I could be wrong, but I think it was. All I know is that it wasn't like 2 hours long or 2 hours and 30 minutes long like Terrifier 2 and 3 were. Terrifier 2 was obviously 2.5 hours long, and Terrifier 3 was 2 hours long, so it was a little shorter, but it was still 2 hours. Um, but now he's gonna start making Terrifier 4 and 5 just 1 hour and 30 minutes long. He's gonna make them shorter. So yeah, that's interesting. Because um, I didn't expect for him to make that decision. I thought that maybe Terrifier 4, which I thought that would be the last one, honestly. I thought that was gonna be the last one, but he's saying he's gonna do two more. Um, so I could like really only I could only assume that the fifth one's gonna be the last one, but like I thought the fourth one was gonna be the last one. But like I said, he's gonna be doing two more Terrifier films, which would be 4 and 5. Um, but yeah, like I didn't I forgot what I was even saying now. Dang it. I forgot what I was even saying. Um, damn it. I'm trying to remember, guys, because like it's hard for me to remember. Like whenever I start talking about one thing and then I go to another. Um, bro, I can't remember. God damn it. Was it something about the runtime? I don't even remember now. Um, oh yeah, I said I thought that the Terrifier 4 was gonna be the last one, but it's not. And so now I'm confused because like if is Terrifier 5 gonna be the last one, and if Terrifier 4 and 5 are gonna be an hour and 30 minutes long now, um, like what is like are they gonna like is it gonna be like a is Terrifier 5 even gonna be a part of like the story of continuing Terrifier 1 through 4, right? Like, is it gonna be continuing that, or is it gonna be like a separate thing? And I mean, I feel like it would have to be like a continuation, right? Because I feel like that's what this franchise is going to be so far. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know, but All I know is that Terrifier 4 and 5 are going to be made now, which is, like I said, it's just surprising to me. Um, and so now we're going to read the whole article here. It says Damien Leone here, he says, on one level, I would absolutely love to see him in space or go to Las Vegas or the Wild West, but I can't imagine it going past two more movies. For me personally, as a storyteller, I think that my well is going to eventually run dry, plainly because I pack so much into each movie. These movies have more. I don't like throwing the word epic out there, but they're designed differently. Many people have accused these movies of having long runtimes with filler and stuff. I don't think it's justifiable criticism. The things that you love about these movies are the things that are really adding to the runtime. It's all about these scenes with Art the Clown that are very different from the typical slashers. So that's all from Damien Leone here that he's saying from this article. Um, and I guess those are ideas from him. He wants to make Art the Clown in space or in Las Vegas or the Wild West. Those are his potential ideas of like settings for Terrifier 4 or 5. Um, I mean, Art the Clown in space, I feel like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can't really take that seriously. It would have to be like Jason X. Like that's the first thing that comes to my mind with like a horror icon going to space, right? Is Jason X. Like, that movie, you know, he went to space and it was all goofy and stuff. It was like comedic. And honestly, I kind of like the first time I saw that movie, I couldn't really get into it. But after a while, after seeing it, I could get into it. I could like the goofy comedic tone. It works for me. Like it's funny, it's fun, and I like that. I think it works for a movie of a slasher going into space, right? A slasher horror movie taking place in space, like that comedic, goofy tone works for a slasher film going into space. But if they're going to do that with Arthur Clown, in my opinion, it's going to have to be the same way. It's going to have to be goofy and comedic. And I don't really want the Terrifier franchise to be goofy and comedic because as goofy and comedic as Art the Clown could be, and even like certain characters could be in this Terrifier franchise, I don't think it's ever been like that goofy and comedic to the point where it's like you have some Jason X type stuff going on, Like it's never been on that level of goofy comedicness. So I wouldn't personally want Art the Clown going into space, but Las Vegas, I think, would be cool, or the Wild West. I mean, I feel like that would also be the same thing that I just said with Art the Clown going to space. It would have to be goofy and comedic, and I don't want that. So those are my opinions on him, Damien Leone, saying these things. And he also says here that I could want to make one more movie, but I have so many set pieces and kill scenes and scenarios that I would want to put Art the Clown in, where I could wind up with another 2 hour and 30-minute movie. I don't want that because I know the audience doesn't want that either. At the least, at least the majority of fans would rather have a 90-minute movie. If that's the case, then I would probably split them up into, say, two more movies. But I truly don't see it going further than that. And that's it, I think. Right? I don't know. And then it says here, I know where the end zone is. I know what the end goal is for these characters and where Sienna or the Clown's finale happens. It's just a matter of finding out how many movies will it take me to get there. I don't like setting myself in stone saying it will be two movies or one because you could never know. I mean, I could have a nightmare tonight where it changes everything. I'm like, nope, there it is. That's the right direction. We're going to go that way. So until it's locked in on the screen, you never know. Um, so yeah, I mean, pretty much that was the end of everything Damien Leone said in this article. That was everything from this article. Um, of course, there was like other stuff, but Like I didn't really think it was that important, so I didn't really like screenshot it. I just screenshotted like some of the stuff that I thought was important. And so this is all Damien Leone said. And yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, like I said, as far as like our Damien Leone talking about like those potential settings being like in space or the Wild West um or Las Vegas. I don't mind the Las Vegas one for a Terrifier 4 or 5. Um, but I don't want the space or Wild West thing. And like he said though, the only reason he's doing a 90-minute runtime for Terrifier 4 and 5 is because people are having complaints about Terrifier 2 and 3 being 2 hours and 2 hours and 30 minutes long. Like they don't like some like um he's seeing like, just plenty of people complaining about the runtime being like, Terrifier 2 was 2 hours and 30 minutes long, and then Terrifier 3 was 2 hours long. And Damien Leone is seeing plenty of these complaints from the fans. So that's the only reason why Damien Leone is choosing to make Terrifier 4 and 5 only 1 minute and 30 hours long now, which is 90-minute runtime. So yeah, he's pretty much listening to those fans that he's seeing complaining about the runtime. But I'm not sure if he's seeing all the other fans that don't have a problem with the runtime being 2 hours or 2 hours and 30 minutes long. I'm not sure Damien Leone is seeing those fans that are not complaining about the runtime. So I honestly don't know if this decision of him wanting to just make Terrifier 4 and 5 like an hour and 30 minutes long just because the fans are complaining about the runtime. I don't really know if that's a good decision. Because it could end up. All right, my AirPods died, so I'm not sure if you guys. Hold on. Hopefully, you guys can still hear me. Um, but anyways, Damien Leone, he said he's gonna make these movies an hour and 30 minutes long. But like I said, I don't know if that's a good decision though. Like that could end up backfiring on him because now maybe he's not able to pack as much stuff within an hour and 30-minute movie, even if he's splitting those movies into two, like how he said, right? Because now he has Terrifier 4 and 5, so it's like he's splitting these movies into two. Um, but I don't know though, because like it's still one singular film, so like he might not be able to pack that much still with an hour and 30-minute film for both Terrifier 4 and 5. So that could end up backfiring on him because now we can't really get that much character development. We can't really get that much story. We can't get that much kills or whatever. Like, like that could end up backfiring on Damien Leone for listening to the fans that are complaining about the runtime. And him listening to those fans and choosing to make the runtime 1 hour and 30 minutes long because the fans are complaining and about the runtime. Like that could end up backfiring on Damon Leone. But maybe it doesn't backfire. Maybe he made the right choice. Maybe maybe he made the right decision for making an hour and 30 minutes long. Maybe he could have still packed a lot of stuff in with the 1 minute and 30, a 1 hour, 30-minute runtime. Maybe he could have still packed like a lot of just story and character development and, kills and stuff with that kind of runtime. So maybe Damien Leone made the right choice, but I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, because honestly, I really don't know how to feel about Damien Leone's decision there. And I don't know. I mean, he's saying that Terrifier 4 and 5 are pretty much the last ones, but as you guys have seen, like with plenty of these like iconic horror franchises, like Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream, Like they all say the same thing, like, oh, this is gonna be the last one. This is gonna be the last one. And then next thing you know, like 10 years later, they end up making another movie. So it's like it's very well gonna be the same thing, more than likely, in my opinion, with the Terrifier franchise. Like Damien Leone right now, yeah, he's saying, you know, there's not gonna be another Terrifier movie, but who knows? Like maybe 10 years later, he ends up making another Terrifier movie, Terrifier 6. And if not him, maybe someone else, like another director and writer. So it's like, at the end of the day, I I don't know. I feel like more than likely this franchise is going to come back because I've seen this happen with other franchises. So it's kind of hard for me to believe now when people say that this is going to be the end, this is going to be the end, because it's usually never the end. So, in my opinion, for the most part, I don't really believe Damien Leone saying that Terrifier 5 is going to be the last one. But that's just me. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.